can I be real? Ooh, we're having a moment. I feel like I'm leaking my energy. Sometimes everything doesn't need to be expressed verbally. It can be executed through the actions that you take. It's like, yeah, no, I'm out. That was my truth. You saw it based on the actions that I was taking, and it's time for me to go.
I'm telling you that there ain't no other way. Pack your bags and then you will go away. I'm not gonna be begging you to stay. Say maybe if you asked me yesterday.
I've been really reflecting on energy, you know, and y'all know I'm in the bloom era. Okay, first of all, can we talk about that? It's sweater weather, okay. Cheeky. I never wear like bright colors like this. I'm usually in black, but I feel like it's serving the energy, you know? And as I'm thinking about energy and where we place our energy, it makes me think about, I was actually reading the Sacred Tarot, and they had a passage talking about sexual energy, which is so powerful. Like it's such a powerful energetic force that unfortunately we've been shamed out of for so many centuries around just like the patriarchy and misogyny, y'all, but like let's not even go there. But it was just beautiful reading about sexual energy. C.C. Zane is the author, and he was saying how it shouldn't be suppressed and how energy can be focused. Everything is energy, right? And like when I think about focused energy, it makes me think about light. Like photons are y'all, we're getting deep with photons. Are we talking about photons? Yes, we're talking about photons. This is what the I want to talk about. So it's like when you think about light and the power that light has, any energy that's dispersed is just going to be less concentrated, which can also be translated as being less powerful. But any focused energy, that's when it can have true power. It can have power to destroy or power to empower. So I just think about light that can light a room. It's dispersed, it's liquid, it's fluid. That light it is what it is. But when you have a focused energy, like when you think about a laser, like a laser has the power to burn a hole through something. It has the power to dissolve a gallstone. You know what I mean? Like when any energy is focused, it has the power to shape shift and rearrange the fabric of our existence, you know? And I want to focus my energy. I want it to be focused in my art. Like when I think about how we're showing up in the evolution of the internet, a lot of artists are finding themselves just being consumed, and not like consumed in the internet, but like being consumed by a viewer, by a viewer. You know what I mean? Something is crawling on the motherfucking roof. Okay, I don't want to be consumed. I want to focus my creative energy in all the different aspects, you know? So it's like when I think about the energy that I have, and like when I want to share messages, it's like, okay, how can I feel like can I be real? Ooh, we're having a moment. I feel like I'm leaking my energy. You know, like as a Gemini, as a communicator, as an oral person who shares verbally and visually, it's cathartic to share. It's cathartic to talk. And when I think about the release that I feel in talking, in sharing, how can I explain this? Maybe it can't be explained. Like I'm getting warm, y'all. Like if a nipple, y'all should know by now, okay? Nipples out, okay? Nip slips all day. Like I'm warming up, okay? I'm warming up. I just wonder, like, is this leaking my energy? Because I feel good in sharing. You know, ooh, let's talk about it. Y'all, I think YouTube is one of the hardest platforms. And I think it's because people are able to get like a quick fix from like posting on Instagram and TikTok, because like it's short, it's like cool, like I did it, like I'm done, like I did it, you know. But there's something to be said about like doing deep work, you know. There's something to be said about creating like a long format something, or creating like a full body of work, a portfolio of art, or like a full album. You know, I was listening to this video by, I think her channel is Naomi, but she talks about different like musicians and celebrities and singers, and she was talking about the decline of album release. Like literally people are just creating music just for that like 15-second viral TikTok moment, and how artists aren't really putting out full albums anymore. I have mixed emotions about that, and she really went in depth about it, and I'ma link it below. But
take and never give me what I'm asking for, and that's never a lot, you know that
when I think about how I want to show up in my creative process, like I really love deep work. I really love intimacy, and I love challenging myself. Like I love the level of discipline that it takes in order to create something phenomenal. You know, like there's something to be said about focusing your energy to bring something to completion. Think about things that give us immediate gratification, and one of those things for me that gives me immediate gratification is talking. But that also made me think about my throat chakra. Like, are we going there? She talking about the chakras? Hold on. Like, okay, so y'all, I'm exploring sound. First of all, y'all know I love music. If you are new here, then you might not know. First of all, welcome, boo. Okay, y'all know I love to welcome the new folks. So my husband Andy, he is actually a sound engineer. He actually went to art school. Okay, he's the artist who actually went to art school. And back in the day, y'all, in high school, he would like create sounds and beats for like the different rappers and stuff in our high school. And I could see us doing something. I could see us doing some sort of collaborative music project. But so I was playing around with sound, right? And I was making all these sounds and all these groans and breath sounds, and just like really utilizing my throat chakra. And there was something that was so releasing and healing about it. Y'all, I was like literally tearing up, okay? I was literally audibly crying in the sound of it. And I think there's just something to be said about the verbal release. And this is specifically somebody who is a Gemini, okay? So if you a Gemini, then maybe you can relate. But in that process, it's like maybe, first of all, get off however you can get off, okay? Like, I'm not judging anybody's process, but when I think about myself, I'm like, okay, are you just getting off from a quick rant when instead you could actually do the deep work it takes to translate that into a painting? You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a really interesting conversation that I'm having with myself, and I've really been exploring the throat chakra, y'all. And what's interesting enough, the throat chakra is blue, and I use a lot of, first of all, I use every color of the rainbow in my artwork, but I love using blue. I love using teals and phthalo blue and cobalt blue, magnesium blue hue, okay? Like, we here for all the blues. Oh, and teal. I definitely said teal. I love using teal. That's definitely one of my favorite colors. And so I was like, ooh, what are we doing here with the throat chakra? And y'all, I actually had a stutter growing up. I still have a stutter. I still stutter. Like, I, you know, leave it in some of my videos and me stammering and stuttering and stuff, but it's nowhere near what it was as a kid, okay? But even when I think about stuttering, when I think about the throat, and when I think about the healing that takes place when you speaking your truth, when you sharing your art, when you making yourself visible to the world, there's a level of vulnerability that comes with that, but there's also a level of healing that takes place in order for you to have the courage to do that. Because in any creative form, it's a courageous act. It just is what it is, you know? And so in this new body of work, I wanna explore that. I wanna explore the layers of healing that I'm going through in my process. And a lot of that is gonna look like the fracture of the two, exploring those two polarities of myself, of this infinite universe, of the different aspects of creativity, how my throat chakra affects that, you know? What sort of visuals can I create if I'm focusing my energy? Like, in the process of focusing that energy, how can every action you take be a creative expression? How does your life become a reflection of your creative process? How does your space, how does your environment, how does your business, how does your relationships, you know, like, these are the things that I'm exploring in this new body of work and in this new evolution of my everything, you know? This video is different, you know, like, we trying something new here. And I think to myself in the creative process, what does the blooming of me look like? If we bloomed into ourselves and fully let ourselves be. I mean, everything is judgment free though. Like, even if we are leaking energy through different things, I mean, that's part of the creative process too. You know, I think about multi-passionate people. Clearly, I'm one. Okay, like your girl talking about, she's singing now. Okay, like, not singing, y'all. If anything, like when I do, that's definitely something that I'm gonna be exploring. But I wouldn't even call myself a singer. I would think I would call myself maybe like, the first thing that came to mind was a vibrator. Maybe I'm a vibrator, you know, like I just vibrate the vocal cords, you know, a sound maker, like an acoustic. I don't know. But for us multi-passionate people out here in the world, like if you like to sing, dance, paint, make music, perform, do theater, write, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, you know? I also just realized the power of focusing energy, and also realizing, y'all, like, we going there. Like, let's go there. Where's SpongeBob at? Give me him. It's all energy. So when you think about the energy, it's like, what energy are you putting out? When I think about me trying to figure out what I'm doing, where I'm going, it's all whatever I choose it to be. And it's all whatever I put energy to. So I'm thinking of doing this self-portrait, right? I could see like my face in it, and I can see like my face splitting in some way, and through the splits these flowers grow, and it's a reflection of the journey, right? Like sometimes you gotta break, you know? Like when the flower comes through the soil, like it has to pierce the soil. It has to like break through, you know? If like the soil never wanted to be broken wide open, then it never would be able to release the flower that's inside. There has to be this undoing in order for things to be done. I could see a river flowing out of the throat. Do we need to heal that? Where does the healing begin? You tell me.
You know I just wanna call, see if we're okay, babe. All I wanna ask you is, are you down for love? Are you up for someone to be together, be together? Babe, I want your love. I'll be the one you trust. You're all that matters, all that matters.
It's interesting that we have this language around things coming easy. Like if something comes easy or natural for you, we almost automatically just like discredit it. It's like, oh, that's just that old thing that I do, you know? We almost feel like it only has value or substance if it's hard or if it's difficult, if we work super hard on it, you know? And what I found, first of all, I found that I suffer with that same thinking process, but I'm slowly evolving and not trying to shed that idea because I think I see both sides of it, like always. But when you think about it like that, it's like, wow, we're here on this planet. We all have our unique gifts. And the gift that we are given, the thing that comes so naturally to us, that is also probably like a part of our purpose and our mission for being here, we automatically diminish it. We automatically dismiss it as something that is not even significant because it feels so natural and easy for us. You know, we're almost taught this narrative like it has to be hard in order for it to be good. It has to be complex or abstract or deep in order for it to be real art, you know? I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. One thing that did come to mind though is that creativity is uncomfortable. You know, no matter, even if something comes natural to you. I was talking to my virtual assistant, Shannon, and she is so sweet. And look, not me getting washed out, not the sun. I'm happy that the sun is coming out though. She was saying how, like, I have a nice voice, you know? And I was like, oh, thank you. Like, this is my voice. You know, I don't really think about it. And I've been hearing that quite a bit, and it's even fun reading some of y'all comments, you know, saying like, I could just listen to you talk. I'm like, that's just so sweet, thank you, you know. And as I was having that healing process around speaking and letting my voice be heard and using the tool that I naturally have and realizing that it's value in that too, like that's valuable as well. And these are all different gifts that we've been given that I feel like is a part of our experience here. I struggle with the word assignment. I don't really feel like we're here on assignments, you know? I don't feel like we have this grand big purpose that's about to make it all worthwhile, you know?
I don't wanna push you farther away, no. I don't wanna play no games. I just wanna call, see if we're okay, babe. All I wanna
Creativity is uncomfortable for me, but I also really like that. Like, okay, is she a masochist? Like, a little bit, okay? I'm gonna be real about that. I actually like discomfort. I like pain. Did it just go real sexual? Well, I think there's something to be said about that as well. You know, when you think about pleasure and pain, I heard somewhere that like it elicits the same part of the brain, you know, so you can have these transformational, just orgasmic experiences from pain and pleasure. It's interesting how we seek so much for immediate gratification and pleasure and just things that make us feel good. But too much of anything can be a bad thing, you know, and I think that's why it's important to have the balance of anything in your life and like a balance of even in the pain, because in the pain is where we grow, in the pain is where we transform, and it can also be pleasurable to have pain, to have discomfort, because I know like when I push through to the end of a creative process, it's just like, it's just like, it's so beautiful. It's so gratifying to know that I persisted and I carried through to the end. And there's something very empowering about the understanding that when you push past pain and when you allow yourself to get uncomfortable, when you allow yourself to experience things that you want to run from, the only way out is through, you know, and the more we run, the more it seems to consume us. But it's interesting when you stop and like you look something dead in the eye and you like, come on, you know, like, it's interesting how you see it just crumble right at your feet. You start to see the strings. You start to see the puppet strings. You start to see the illusion. I think it also comes back to in us shunning those gifts that are given naturally to us. It makes me think how we also shun women out of their sexuality, you know? Like if a woman is successful, don't let it be a pretty woman, okay? She out here showing her body, that's easy. Okay, let it be easy. You know, like, that's, ease is beautiful too. I just saw the most epic rainbow ever. Like, absolutely. I have never seen a rainbow like this in my life, in my whole life. Like you could literally see every color, y'all. And it just felt like such a divine sign. Like, I've been all over the place emotionally. I'ma just keep it real. And I also feel like somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to know that they aren't crazy, you know? And like, especially the wild, mystical women out there. Sometimes it can be difficult when you tapped in, you know? It's like, you know, we love being like spiritual and all tuned in with source and all with the divine. But when the energies shift, that stuff can hit us like a tornado, and it can be frustrating when you still need to function in life. You still gotta go to work. You still gotta take care of the kids. You still gotta do all the things that this world still requires of you. And what really helps me in those moments is just like slowing down, y'all. I be needing to slow down. I be needing to close my eyes, go within. Those are the moments when I really need to deepen my meditation practice. Speaking of like healing the throat chakra, y'all, and speaking the truth, sometimes it's just being honest with yourself and being honest with other people, you know? Like, I know me personally, I just get so caught up. I just feel like I'm just chronically disappointing like my family, friends, and colleagues, okay? I just feel like I'm just never... I just always feel like I can be a better communicator, but y'all, like when I be in a mood, it's just like sometimes I just can't. Okay, I just can't adult, and I'm giving myself grace in that, you know, and I feel like somebody else needs to know, like, boo, that's okay. That's okay. You aren't a bad person. The world isn't gonna stop. If somebody mad at you, whatever, that isn't even the person that you need in your life if they not even gonna give you grace when you just need a mental health break, okay? Because people are out here really struggling, and we have no idea until later down the line when they actually do take extreme measures to end their suffering. You know, I don't want to even speak on those things, but it's like real out here. And when I think about people who have gone to those measures, I think like, man, like, did they feel like maybe they couldn't take a break or tell their employer or tell their friends or tell their partner, just be like, I just need a second. Like, I just need a minute to gather my thoughts, you know? And also, I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to be a part of that project. I don't want to be a part of that relationship. I don't want to be a part of that team. Like, whatever it is, sometimes it's like these are the moments when it's so important to be honest with yourself, to give yourself grace, to speak your truth. Like, let's all heal that throat chakra. I think when it comes down to this like throat chakra area, it's about expression, and it's also about speaking your truth. And sometimes that truth doesn't even have to be spoken. It can be executed through the actions that you take. You know, it's like, yeah, no, I'm out. Like that was my truth. You saw it based on the actions that I was taking, and it's time for me to go because it's not lining up no more for me, you know? And I'm just really in that space where I'm like, you know what? If it takes, you know, like letting some people down, if it takes pulling out of some things, if it takes just being the person that I want to be, that's what the fuck I'm meant to do here. Like we're all here to be the best version of ourselves and to also be the most truest version of ourselves, you know? And I just want to make sure that I'm doing that for myself and being a reflection of that. And like, y'all, sometimes we got to encourage ourselves out here, like for real. And I was just really going through, y'all. This my Scorpio season, okay? Just the Scorpio season is real, okay? Those inner truths come out. Those secrets start to become revealed. Sometimes you have to go through a death and rebirth process, and the Scorpio season is straight up bringing that for me, you know? And I was talking to the ancestors. Just thank God for the ancestors.
It's like little spirits. Doesn't it look like little people? Like that's the head? Like little angelic beings. Oh, it's like the realm of the spirit guides.
For folks who really like techniques out here, I'm gonna tell you one of mine, okay? One of mine is thinking on my ancestors, but like specific people. So for me, it's my great grandma on my mother's side. I just think on her, and like she just comes in like a rushing wind, y'all, and just gives me the comfort that I need. And so if there's a person in your life already passed over to the other side, think on them. And when you call in their energy emotionally and spiritually, it's just so it blows my mind every time, the level of comfort that I get. And she came in and she said, the good book be having some good quotables, y'all. I'ma keep it a buck. A good book is a good book, okay? And the good book say, this too shall pass. And she was an angel. She was deep in the word, and she came in, she put her hand on my shoulder, y'all, and she said, baby girl, this too shall pass. So even when you in your darkest moment, even when you feel like this is it, like this is it, you know, like this is up out here, it's like, no, just hold tight, just hold tight, just hold tight. This too shall pass. And I had a moment the other day, y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck, you know. And now here it is, a sunny day, a brighter day, y'all. That rainbow came out and was like, look, boo. It just all lined up so magically, y'all.
I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Finally.